I don't want to jump the gun. We have 1 minute. I don't want to jump the gun.
Always check the dot right there.
Yeah. Is there any way to know what the dot means?
Yeah, red is on. When it's on, the fire is on.
Okay.
But when you pull it towards it.
The fire is on. Got it.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Keep your face towards the mic no matter what.
I feel like there's a lot of microphone rules, and I am determined to violate every one. Yeah.
We got 1 minute.
Right? I know. I can't jump the gun. That's what I was just saying when the microphone was not on. We got to wait patiently. It's a virtue, guys. It's a virtue. It's 10 now? Okay, all right, let's get going. All right. Okay. So my name is Tiffany. I'm going to be your host for about the next hour. I want to welcome you to the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living. And so I just want to note, we have much to be grateful for today. One of the things is it's sunny, it's beautiful. Yeah. The fierce winds of yesterday have passed away. They are in the distant past. I spent a lot of time yesterday staring out the window going, I should go for a walk. Stepping outside and going, I shall not go for a walk. Yeah, it was a little brutal. Where's Gail? Is Gail here? Where's Gail? There's Gail. I want to do a bit of show and tell. If you ever have any concerns about who loves you, Gail loves you. Yeah. Gail brought us eggs. Has anyone had eggs? They're really good. And apparently for a limited time, they're back. And they're free, and they're in the other room. So grab some eggs. Thank you so much, Gail. Gail has chickens, so her cup runneth over. Yeah. It's also April 13th today, which is exciting because that means in a mere 8 days, Easter candy will be on half price. Yeah. I'm gone again. I touched nothing.
Something's cutting out, sorry. And since we want the Zoomers to enjoy your rapier wet, it's the eggs. It's the eggs. There you go. Okay, now what the heck? It's just not giving us the volume that we're used to. All right, something's going on, and it's not you.
Okay.
So stay within 4, would you?
Zoomers, I apologize. We're having a little bit of cutting in and out. Just keep going? I'm good? Okay, sounds good. Okay, so the Zoomers can hear me. For everybody else, it's going to be exciting because occasionally I project and then it gets really loud. So anyway, just pretend like we're at a concert. We're at a concert where the audio guy is not part of the union. So, and it's not Anna, it's a bad chord, just so everybody's clear. So, no venting on Anna or myself, please. Let's go ahead and do where we always start, which is the land acknowledgement of the lands that we are on. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Wiyot peoples. This territory extends to the communities throughout most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Wiyot peoples today. So if anyone is new today, we want to tell you a little bit about why we are here. One reason, and perhaps foremost for me, is that 10 a.m. is a completely reasonable time to expect someone to be somewhere on a weekend morning. When I was growing up, it was 9 a.m. and took a lot of donuts to get the kids in the car. So anyway, also we are a come-as-you-are church, so I like to sport the jeans and grab a cup of coffee. Also, it's more than that. We are here because of that sound, which is deeply meaningful. We're here because we're open to change, to new ideas, and to taking actions that are inspired. So there's a lot of great reasons to be in this community. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Donna, and we're going to start with the song, Lead with Love.
Thank you, Madam Hostess. Please stand. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Look up ahead. The path is there. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared. Maybe I'm scared too. But here I am. Right next to you. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. Keep moving on. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Yay! Thank you so much, Donna. I love that one. Gosh. I heard it too. We're all going to be okay. The next thing that we like to do is get up and say hi to each other. And so what I'd like to do is for us to read this together and then get up and tell somebody something good that happened this week. It can be anything. It can be big, it can be small, whatever you got. So, we are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. The path that brought you here today. Great. Well, welcome everyone. I hope you found lots to celebrate. This is this week's lineup. You'll see that Wednesday is the free day. So if you wanna do something fun and not miss anything at church, Wednesday is your day. So this week we will continue on Thursdays with our newer group called Brave Vulnerable Conversations. It's Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Please join us. Everyone is welcome. Also, our own Lorna is bringing back her writing group every Friday of the month. And it's this Friday. I'm sorry, not every Friday of the month. This Friday, this month.
Third Friday.
Also, the men's support group is meeting this Saturday from 3 to 5. Edward, do you want to say anything about it?
Be there.
Be there! That's the important thing, right? All right. So while Reverend Angelica is seeing the world and traveling the high seas, we are going to have two of our beloved guest speakers come. So first our own Lorna McLeod, and then also Reverend Fritz. So those are going to be great Sundays. Do not miss them. Of course, they won't compare to Reverend Angelica Sundays, but we don't expect you to stand at the railing and give your sermon like this. On Zoom, right? Yeah. So here's the thing. One of the things that Reverend Angelica does is the monthly newsletters and the weekly newsletters. So while she is traveling for a couple of weeks, we're not going to have a May newsletter, or the first 2 weeks of May, we won't have a weekly newsletter. But be sure and please sign in. Print your name, please, and your email so we can add you to our email list and you can get the things that the center sends out. Okay. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this new class that Reverend Angelica is going to give. And this one has a special place in my heart. And the reason is I am what is known as a great buyer of books, but not a great reader of books. I also really adore our beloved founder, Ernest Holmes, but the man never found a topic he couldn't put 600 pages down on the page. So most of his books, I will say, I shy away from because of their girth and heft. But this book for this class is exceptional. Look at it. It's so tiny. And so I was on the fence at my old center about which class to take. And somebody said to me, well, of course you need to take this one from Mary Bell. She's fantastic. And the book is really good too. And I said, oh, what's the book like? And the woman held it up and I said, I'm there. And so the really cool thing about this book, and you can see that this one is tabbed to heck and gone. Every one of these tabs is something that makes for a great beginning to a meditation or a prayer. And I have actually used it while I'm in Zoom meetings at work, and somebody starts to be really dumb, and I'm like, instead of saying something snide or sarcastic, I'm going to go to a thing called you and read something to myself. So the screen's here, and I'm like, right? But I'm not on my phone. I'm in the material. So anyway, I just can't say enough about how much I got out of this class. And this is a new format than the class that I took, but the book is just so good. I would really encourage you. And there's 2 times to take it, one in person and one in the evening on Zoom. And it starts May 14th. So you have a little bit of time to organize your schedule to make it work. So. All right, so we did the plant sale. It went swimmingly. There are still plants in the other room for a donation if you would like to get some more plants, and they look great. I was just perusing them today.
Actually, we don't even need donations.
Oh, you don't?
They're outside. A lot of them are outside getting watered in sun.
Okay.
So just grab them on your way to your car.
Nice. Thanks so much, Lori, for clarifying that. I appreciate it. So our next big sale that we're going to do is the Twice Nice sale. And so Twice Nice sale is a great thing for so many reasons. One, it gives you the opportunity to get rid of some of the crap in your house. Two, it's a great volunteer opportunity. Get to know other people in the center better by working with them outside of the service. And then three, you may find something for your house that you really need at a really great price. And with prices rising everywhere, let's reuse and recycle, right? And so anyway, it is going to be June 20th and 21st. There's already a sign-up sheet on the table here if you would like to volunteer. So it's always an amazing fundraiser for the church.
And those that would like to volunteer, I want to talk to them afterwards.
Okay. And
Just for a few minutes.
if you want to volunteer, then Angelica would like to bend your ear for just a moment after the church service is over. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, so if you're going through something or having something going on this week or would just like to check in with one of our practitioners, they are here for you. Could I get our practitioners to stand up just so people can put names and faces together? Yeah. So Edward, Susan, Michelle, Scott's over here. So anyway, and they will pray with you, they will chat with you. They're just all really lovely people. And it's really a reminder to myself that I need to take more advantage of their services. Let's see. SOAR is coming up in Canada. So if you're thinking about getting away to Canada, here you go. And our little pantry can always use feeding. And this is our theme for the month, step by step. All right, Donna, thank you.
If you'd like to sing and would like to be part of our Easter ensemble, I invite you to, right after service, join me right here. We're going to be doing an Easter medley. And with that, please join me in singing this. Be still, be still, in quiet and in peace. We know the joy and wonder of release in this sacred place. Their troubles disappear in this secret place. There is no doubt or fear. Be still and know that faith has made us whole. Renewed are we in spirit and in soul. The light of truth within shines forth that we may see. Perfect peace is ours eternally.
Now's the time for our moment of peace. And I have a confession to make. I didn't get home yesterday from a week-long trip until 3 in the afternoon. So the idea of sitting in my library and looking for something to read wasn't going to happen. I turned to ChatGPT. I have modified it a little bit, so it's still part me. So for those that are new after their reading, there will be a minute of silence, and then Jackson will sing us into the opening invocation. So I just invite you to settle into your chair and listen to these words. The journey of love is one of the most profound and transformative paths we can walk. It's rarely a straight line, more like a winding road with peaks of faith and connection and valleys of doubt and fear. The journey of love shapes us. It teaches us to open up, to be vulnerable, to feel empathy, connection, and acceptance. Ultimately, It is a path of joy.
My soul is overflowing with the power and presence of love. My soul's at rest in knowing I am enough.
And on the journey of love, on the path of love, we are all connected because there is only one life, one power, and one force in this universe of which we are all part of. And I know this energy of life, of love, fills each one of us, knowing that we want to expand, we want to grow, we want to raise our level of consciousness so that love is our path, that love is our life, that love is what leads us on and shows us the way. And I know we are connected to this path, we are connected to each other because there is no other way to be. Each heart beats with the power of love, each breath embodies it into our bodies, our minds, and our souls. And so I simply let this knowing be, knowing that we are all here with like minds, with a like purpose of raising our consciousness, raising our energy, and being able to walk more fully in the path of love, in the path of compassion and caring and connection. And so I simply let this truth be, knowing that it is already so, and so it is.
My soul is overflowing with the power and presence of love. My soul's at rest in knowing I am enough.
Thank you, Jackson. And now I'd like to welcome Reverend Angelica. You go, girl.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackson and Susan. So Tiffany mentioned some of the things that she really liked about our center and why she was here. And one of the things that I really like a lot is our educational process, our classes. And for those of you who don't know, we try to teach quite a few of them during the year. Not as many as I think of teaching, but we can only do so much, right? But one of the things that I love about teaching classes is I get to be a student as well as a teacher. And so that is a really fun thing for me. So I have some certificates finally for the foundations class that we took at the end of last year. You know, CSL is doing this thing where they sold their building and now everybody is working from home. And, you know, I don't know what they got our money for the certificates, but we never got the thing where we now print them. They used to print them, but now we do. So I'm going to give these out right now before I do my talk. So, Linda Atkins. Not here. And I don't think Catherine Fulblad is here. She told me she wasn't going to be. Kanitha. Yay! I want to mention something about Kanitha too. Somehow her name dropped off of my list last week. She is also a new member, so let's give her a hand. I'll pick it up for next week, but thank you. Linda Maloney. Oh, nice hat.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Nancy Stone. And Nancy Tate. Okay. And Mark Wilkins. And Bree Williams. And then we had two from out of the area online who were Catherine Kane, one of our practitioners, and also Daniel Bowman. One is from Honolulu, and I think Catherine Kane lives on the other side of Oahu. But thank you, everybody, for being part of our class. Doing the work. Okay.
I'm taller than her. Be friends.
Sure, afterwards. All right. So Zoomers and people in the room, we're continuing our month of step by step. And today we're going to talk about a journey of love. You know, our theme for the year is our spiritual journey. And as I thought about this idea of this journey, what I realized was it's really about a call to love. It's an interesting thing thinking about this idea, that it's a call to love for each one of us, because some of us have the Hollywood idea of love. You know, you meet the perfect person and chemicals fly and all this stuff. And yet, love is so much greater than that. In fact, love is what we call, or for me, is another name for God, or the divine, or whatever you might want to call it. But I was looking at this idea of a call to love, and I was asking myself if I have ever felt that my small, everyday actions might not matter in the larger world. You know, sometimes we think, like I've been asking you the last few weeks, to do something good for somebody, to acknowledge somebody in the supermarket or whatever, to practice kindness and compassion. And then somebody said to me when I asked them if they had done this week's homework, well, you know, it's just a small act. It's not really going to do anything. And I thought, how many of us think that way? That our small acts of kindness don't matter in the larger world. And I found this quote by Mother Teresa that says, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Small things with great love. That's the energy that we want to be putting out right now. This energy of love, divine love. So, being who I am, I had to then look up, I love ChatGPT. I had to look up Mother Teresa. I know basically who she was, etc., but I thought, let's really look her up. So here's a little bit about her. So that quote led me to this. She's not, I read about not the saint on the pedestal, but the woman who listened deeply to the whispers of spirit and allowed herself to act because of those whispers of spirit. So, she was born in 1910 in what is now called North Macedonia. She felt called to religious life early on. She joined the Sisters of Laredo and moved to India to teach. But in 1946, while traveling by train to a retreat, she experienced what she called her call within a call, a divine urging to leave the convent and serve the poorest of the poor in Calcutta. What's remarkable isn't that she answered that call, it's how she did it. She started not with a grand vision or an idea of a ministry or whatever, but she saw somebody who was dying on the street. And so she helped that person. She saw somebody or a child that was needed for education, and so she helped that child and its parents. And what she was doing was living a moment of compassion, moment by moment, over and over and over again. She wasn't trying to become a public figure. In fact, she once said, "We are not called to be successful, we're called to be faithful." And to her, her calling, call within a call as she called it, was to help one person at a time. She faithfully showed up day after day with a basin of water and a heart full of God. And yet, she also experienced spiritual dryness, she called it. Long periods where she couldn't feel the presence of God. And this really bothered her. She called it the dark night of the soul. I'm sure that some of us have had that dark night of the soul when we felt like, well, how would God let this happen? Where's God in all of this? But instead of turning away, she continually turned inward. And she kept loving, and she walked through doubt with devotion. She remembered her call within a call, as she called it. And so as I was reading all this stuff about her, what I realized she was teaching me is if you can't feed 100 people, feed one. So those little things that I'm asking you to do every week is doing this, feeding the one. It's amazing to me that when I've just stepped outside my zone and done something for someone that I don't know, like I told you the story a couple weeks ago, I believe, about buying that little stuffed animal for the little girl. And then the other day I walk into Murphy's and I'm standing in line and I get up to the cashier and she goes, "Oh, you're that woman that practices kindness." And that's what I told her. She said, "Why did you do that?" I said, "Because I'm practicing kindness." And so it not only made a difference to the little girl and the father, but to the cashier and to other people she's told. And this energy that we're putting out goes out in concentric circles into our friends, into our family, into people we don't even know, and just keeps on going. It keeps on going. So I looked at this idea as service as a spiritual journey. So what I realized is that every act of kindness we do is a step forward on our journey. And our spiritual journey isn't always dramatic. what I figured mine is it's about consistency, compassion, and courage. And that's probably what you're working with too. Consistency, compassion, and courage. You know, Dr. Holmes said, love alone can give life. Love alone can give life. Love is underneath the kindness. Love is underneath compassion. So just as Mother Teresa walked a path of humble, unwavering love, serving one person at a time, that call to serve, to uplift, and to live from divine values is not unique to one faith. Tomorrow, I noticed on my calendar, I have a calendar that has all the spiritual holidays of the different religions. I just love it. So tomorrow, our Sikh siblings around the world celebrate something called Vaisakhi. This is their most important holy day in Sikhism. It marks the founding of it's called the Khalsa in 1699, a spiritual community committed to equality, service, and devotion to God. What I looked at as I was then again going back to ChatGPT and asking what is Vaisakhi, or did I say it right? Yeah, Vaisakhi. ChatGPT said that Vaisakhi is a celebration of courageous love and action. So in other words, it honors those who stand up for truth and for justice and for community, just as Mother Teresa did in her own way. So then when I looked up this, what Sikhism actually stands for, it is rooted in seva, which is the word for selfless service. That means giving of yourself without expectation of return. It stands for, it's rooted in equality and compassion for all. And it's rooted in living one's faith through action. You know, we can, in the science of mind, sometimes when you think about, it's done unto us as we believe, and you change your thinking, change your life, and all of the various little phrases that we use to describe it, sometimes you could think of that kind of selfishly, like it's just for you. Well, it is just for you, but it's also for everybody else in your actions toward others. Living one's faith through action. So devotion to the divine is shown through our love for others. And I know sometimes there's people or experiences in our lives where we think, I can't love that person. I can't even like that person. And yet somehow we have to find a way to rise above that. I'm going to tell you once again, you are an energy being. Every cell and atom of your body is divine energy that's coalesced to become you. You're made of divinity. And so my feeling is that why would we be made that way if we weren't to use it in the world? Of course, it's done unto me as I believe. So, I can really feel the energies more than I ever could before. The energy of the United States right now is fear. It's our job, I believe, to rise above it in ourselves and to help others rise above it. That's why we created that brave, vulnerable conversation group, so we could get out the energy that isn't serving us and move into the energy that will serve us. And it's not always about politics. I mean, there's things that bother us all the time, different things. So I think then when we allow ourselves to recognize that we're on a journey of love, this spiritual path is actually a journey of love, we can ask ourselves, where can I bring love today? I was meditating on this yesterday as I was getting ready to, write down what I was thinking about for this talk. And so I'm meditating on love. And I'm sitting in my favorite prayer chair. And the cats really don't ever sit on that chair. Well, one of them does, but, they sit, when I'm sitting in the recliner, they want to sit on that one. But all of a sudden, one cat comes up and sits on my lap, and then the next one comes up and sits on my legs, and my legs are outstretched, and the next one comes up and curls up right beside me, and I'm thinking, wow, all three of these cats are on me, on this chair, and one of those cats is a pretty new cat. And, historically, my other two cats haven't been real happy about new cats. And they just let him climb right up, Sandy, my one girl cat, won't let any other cats on the bed. But Apollo, the new cat, can sit on the bed, can sleep on the bed at night. And I was sitting there thinking about this whole idea about being love, about this being my journey, is to, feel self-love and feel love for absolutely everything around me, knowing that this is the energy that I want to be emanating. And I thought, boy, those cats really got it when they're all on me. I must be doing a good job here, So what I know is that where can I bring love today? As I go out into my day, I want to know, I'm asking myself, what simple act of kindness can I offer? And I don't ever try to figure it out, well, I'll do this for that person or whatever. I don't try to figure it out. But I've left the window open for the universe to say, there, do that. That's how I bought that little stuffed animal. I saw her petting it, I petted it, it felt soft, and the universe went, buy it for her. And I'm thinking, what? Buy it for her. Okay, all right. You ever fight with God or argue with the divine? I know we all do. So where can I bring love today? What simple act of kindness can I offer? What I know is just like Mother Teresa and the gurus, the Sikh gurus, we're all called to be the hands and the heart of spirit. You wouldn't be in this teaching if there wasn't a calling within you to be the hands and the heart of the spirit. And then I found something else out. You guys probably already know this, but Pope Francis made Mother Teresa Saint Teresa of Calcutta in 2016. Did you know that she had been sainted? I didn't know that. And the Catholic Church honors her feast day on September 5th, the anniversary of her passing. Saint Teresa of Calcutta. When I think of saints in the Catholic Church, I think of people who've been dead a long time. I don't really think of current people. So that really impressed me.
Angelica, does that say what year she died?
No. Yeah, before, let's see, wait a minute though. Pope Francis was canonized, the Pope before Pope Francis canonized her but didn't make her a saint 5 years after she died. And then Pope Francis made her a saint in 2016. So 10 years before?
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it was very quick, definitely. So today I want you to really pay attention to the idea of walking in love, walking the path of love. What I want you to know is that we're not only here to serve ourselves, we're here to serve our greater self. and do it in whatever way the universe calls you to do it. I know that you get those little ideas just like I do. And so follow them. Do them. Allow yourself. Let's go into treatment. How grateful I am to be walking this spiritual journey, knowing that I'm walking in love, knowing that everyone is walking in love, whether we recognize it or not. I know this is true because I know that this is what this thing that we call God is, the energy of divine love. That love is unconditional, and it is also infinitely intelligent. So I declare for each one of us that this week we begin to hear those little whispers louder than we have before. And we let ourselves act on them. We let ourselves be the ones who are kind and compassionate with others. We let ourselves rise above the feelings of not being enough or the feelings of dislike about things that are happening in the world. And we recognize that everything that is happening for a greater idea, an idea that we're not quite aware of yet. But something amazing is coming forth. So I know for each one of us that as we walk our own particular paths, as we walk our spiritual journey, we walk it recognizing that we are the ones that can be the emanators of love, of kindness, of compassion. We are the ones that can be answering that call within a call. We are the ones that can celebrate the divine in absolutely everything, because we know that that is true. So gratefully I release these words, speaking this affirmation first. Today I walk the path of love. Every word, every gesture, every step is an offering of spirit. I am here to serve, and in serving, I am lifted up. How grateful I am for this. And I release these words into divine law, knowing that they are already so, and so it is. Our gift of music this morning is brought to us by Anna Hamilton. So let's give her a hand.
I apologize for the little sound problems we're having with the cable that shorted out. We're continuing to work on improving our sound. It's not just the mixing here, it's the wonderful efforts of Artie and Marvin to make the sound great on YouTube and on TV.
This one I think you know. And you can sing on the chorus. I'm going to surprise you and not tell you what it is. So you're on the edge of your seats.
Not even you know.
No, yeah. I'm waiting for that inspiration. Remember that from Soupy Sales? White Fang. Hey, that's what I like about New York. Got it? Thank you.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. La, 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 la. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Empty heart for some, but for just Thank you. Nice singing. Beautiful. Art.
Thank you so much, Anna. There's something really special about when you don't know what the song is and then you hear the chords and you're like, oh, I know what it is. I like the reveal. All right, so now we're going to do the sharing of our gifts. If you'll join me. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses this center, all in it and beyond. And so it is. For these gifts, these investments in our community to help not only our center, but the community and the world expand. And so it is.
So it is.
Thanks. And so today we have time for a couple of demonstrations if anybody would like to come up. This can be the realization of a long-held dream or something that you just realized you wanted that came true. Like if I ever find that root beer lip smacker's lip gloss, I'm going to be really happy. Does anybody have one they want to share? Please, come on up.
Hi. I'm sure some of you remember me in the wheelchair. And I know a lot of you remember me in the walker. And I haven't had a seizure in 6 months. And because of that, I got my license back. And today I drove myself to church in my own vehicle.
Doesn't need it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thanks. Judy.
Good morning. Good morning. Many of you know that my Native American heritage is extremely beloved by me. And I got a phone call recently from a cousin of mine who lives in Canada. I've never met her before, but she's on my great-grandmother's sister's side of the family that went to Canada. And she's coming to visit me this next week.
Do you have one?
Yeah. My wife and I, every morning at 3 o'clock, we usually pray. Because I get up and do a meditation. And this morning after the prayer, my wife let me know that what we're doing here, living here, and experiencing here, is giving her the freedom to create more than she ever has. And she has always done artwork and always written. But now she's doing it, and she's working with people, and she just spends so much time, and I just leave her alone and let her do whatever she wants to do.
Smart man.
You know, but it works.
Excellent, those were great, and I hope you enjoy your visit. That sounds wonderful. So nice to have people come. So I just want to ask you all, if the world tries to disturb you this week, take the time to caress the bark of a tree. You don't have to hobble out into a forest. You can just do one right in your front yard. Look around, because there are bulbs starting to come up all over the place. And if neither one of those is really resonating with you, perhaps you take out a hammer and smash a coffee cup you've never really liked. We have so many more resources than we know. So if you'd like to get up and join us in a circle, and we'll sing the peace song to close out today.
I'll do it. I will do it.
Okay.
And by the way, if you don't want to smash a coffee cup, just give it to me. We'll put it in twice nice. Somebody else will love it. Okay. Statement of inclusion. We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, remains learners and listeners so we may grow together, and understands that oneness is not sameness. We know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well. One quick aside, a lady came in this morning who's been a long time, almost lifetime member, a former practitioner here, and she also started our Highway Clean program more than 22 years ago, Miss Karen Hill right here. And now we sing. Thank you. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, love runs all our way. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.